So in this video, I want to explain you exactly how I've been able to quit alcohol, quit smoking, quit weed, quit drugs, quit so many terrible things, quit dirty websites, quit even fapping, guys. I'm winning from my own mind, and this makes me feel very good, guys. And I want to share this with everyone because it feels so good as a man to be able to be in control of your own life. If you're able to be in control of your shitty habits, you're able to control them, overcome them. This will ripple through in everything you're doing on a day-to-day basis and the way you feel about yourself. If I would have never overcame these shitty habits, I would not be able to speak this confidently on camera right now. I would be in my bed, being ashamed to even show myself to the world, because you're still stuck in these low vibrational habits and you're just looping around, feeling like trash and following the next bit of pleasure. And this is the majority of people's lives. The reason you're watching this video is because you want to understand how to get rid of these crappy habits you've got. The way I've been able to get rid of these crappy habits myself, the first step I took was by being quiet and stop distracting myself every single day. Going on walks and just thinking and reflecting upon my own life. Why I'm doing the certain things I'm doing. The reason so many people still have shitty habits is because it's just completely on autopilot, and the majority of people never even reflect on their life or do some introspection. We just move from one thing to the other thing, and once we sit down, the first thing we do is we grab our phone and we distract ourselves again. But we never check in. We never really think about, what can my life really look like? Who can I really become in this life? How far can I kick it? Because once I started doing this, I had to confront myself with some very harsh truths. And this was very uncomfortable. And these harsh truths were that I was being an absolute pussy. Right? I was doing things I shouldn't be doing. I was doing things that made me weak. I was doing things that did not allow me to be in my full potential. And that's very uncomfortable, because once you confront yourself with those realizations, it's very hard to not change. And if you now don't change, it's going to be even more painful. So that's the reason why the majority of people stay stuck. They never even get to the point of truly confronting themselves with these bad habits. They just continue to do what they've always been doing. And they will live the exact same life 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 years from now. Nothing will change. And that in and of itself should be a scary thought to you. It was for me. And that is exactly what drove me into action, to realize these things no longer belong into my life. So you might ask yourself, now, how did you get rid of it then? I got rid of it by replacing this with a very meaningful goal. For an example, guys, I wanted to build my dream body. I wanted to build the best body I possibly could. And I've achieved to do this. But in order to do this, I had to give up things like alcohol. I had to give up things like eating like absolute shit. And the reason I was able to do it now is because I placed a meaningful goal next to the bad habit. And now I had a proper reason to quit the habit, because now it was interfering with my goal. But most people don't have goals, so you can just eat like crap all day and it doesn't really matter, right? Unless at some point people might start to change when they really hit a low point, when they're almost dying, and then they might consider changing their bad diet. But the majority of people never get there, so they will not really change, right? So you need to understand that you need to place new goals that have a lot of meaning to you, that have a strong why in front of these bad habits. This will give you the reason and the why to quit the bad habit. A year ago, I wanted to run my first half marathon. This allowed me to never even touch a joint ever again. I just didn't touch it. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want anything to do with it. And I decided then and there that I would never ever touch anything like that ever again. The same thing happened to cigarettes. I remember back when I was in Australia, I used to smoke all these nasty cigarettes every single day. And at one point, I looked at myself in the mirror and I was out of shape. I had been eating pizza every day, drinking alcohol, and just smoking all day long, pretty much. I remember looking at myself in the mirror. I had a cigarette in my hand later on in the day. I threw it on the ground, stepped on it, and then and there I decided I will never ever touch a cigarette ever again in my whole life. And I started to get fit. I started running, I started lifting weights and get in shape again. It always happens when we place a difficult, challenging goal that has a lot of meaning in front of the bad habit. If you combine this with a lot of introspection and understanding and creating a vision for your life, that you know you can be a lot better than your current self, that you're messing up, This a lot of times is enough to break the bad habits. Hope this helped, guys. If you do like this video, please leave a like. Also subscribe if you like this type of content. I highly appreciate you for watching. Have a good day. Peace out.